Today on Suncoast View, the Main Street Plaza in downtown Sarasota was on its way to redevelopment, but what happened? We'll discuss.
Friday Fest returns to the Van Wezel. We'll chat with a Suncoast favorite about the music festival.
And we learn how a party service wants to help Suncoast businesses give back to their employees. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome to two of our guest hosts. We welcome Maria Shadler-Luera of Any Given Child Sarasota. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And Chantel Norman, our favorite songstress.
Oh, yes.
Part of many bands, many great music organizations, but Ja Movement is having a big weekend coming up. So
yes.
we're glad you're here right before. I do, we always joke that we scour our guests' social media. We stalk you a little bit before you come on. And I saw big news for you and the band. Ja Movement just released a new music video. Tell us about it.
Yes, we released our first music video called To You I Pray, which we're praying and hoping for a better world, and especially with the next generation and the youth. So you should go check it out. It's really a nice video and it has a great message.
That's
wonderful.
and
you look awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, look, that's your little boy?
Yes, he's in there.
That's your husband?
Yeah.
And where's your dancing son?
Well, he's not dancing in this video. He's always doing competitions, and that's where he is right now. He's in dance camp. But
that's wonderful.
yeah, he's not in this video, but we got another one coming out, so you have to stay tuned.
Well, I know you're an inspiration to your boys, and you are an inspiration to the Suncoast, and what a great message. And you can see the video by visiting jamovementband.com,
Yeah.
and you can download the single on iTunes,
can, on
right?
iTunes.
Congratulations. No
Thank
small
you.
feat to make a
Thank
music
you.
video.
Yes, wow.
That's great.
Thank you.
All right, well, we have a familiar and friendly face in the kitchen. Let's say hello to Deepa from the Indian Table.
Hello. Hi.
What are you making today?
So today we're making a fresh Florida mango chutney. Really easy. It's absolutely delicious and very quick.
Fresh mango chutney. That's great.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't know that I've ever thought about what goes into it. I just know that I like it on my plate. So that's wonderful. And we always learn great cooking techniques when Deepa is here. So
Thank you.
we can't wait to join you later on. We also want to talk to you about some of your cooking classes that I know happen throughout the Suncoast, but you have to sign up early. I've learned the hard way. So
What I heard is I want her to do the cooking.
I can do that. It's fine.
good lesson. I agree. Well, Maria, I know part of your work with Any Given Child Sarasota, it really involves bringing arts integration into the schools. So, but even though school's off for the summer, you're not off.
Right. No, we're not off. We actually have now summer learning academies happening in 11 schools, and that's it's during the summer that we really partner with a lot of arts organizations. So this afternoon right now we have second graders and third graders who are enrolled in the summer going to see Jungle Book at the Oslo. So we have a lot of arts and cultural experiences happening.
That's wonderful. And that is part of what brought you and your family here to the Suncoast actually is we know your husband Will Luera from Florida Studio Theater's improv program, and it brought you and the family and your two lovely girls, and I understand you just had a graduation. One of the girls graduated.
Yes, we did, a VPK graduation. So now she's off to kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
No more babies.
No, the world is ahead of her. It's how exciting. Well, we're glad that you both are here.
Thank you.
It's always our favorite. Linda and I love to have our friends come visit us.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I feel so important sitting next to you guys.
Well, if you haven't noticed by the temperatures outside, today is the first day of summer.
Yeah.
So happy summer. It feels like it was summer about a month ago.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the 90s, I think.
Yes, but this is, I believe, too, isn't this the longest day of sunlight? So I was reading some studies that say that you might have a hard time sleeping, or if you're very affected by light, don't be alarmed. Today is the longest day.
I don't think I'll have a hard time.
No, not at the end of this
I
day.
can do it right now before we finish this.
No, you have to stay awake because it's also National Selfie Day, which anyone that knows me knows that I celebrate this every day. So finally, this habit, if you will, got its own designation of a day. So to celebrate, we are going to take one here from the Suncoast View set. 1, 2, 3, just what we need. Another selfie of me, but it's them. They make the picture.
I heard on Good Morning America, 1 out of every 2 picture made in this country is a selfie.
Wow.
I believe that.
I'm not surprised.
I can't get everybody in. I always get half of my face.
Well, I know that everyone here at the station and our digital content team here at ABC7 would love to see your pictures. They have a hashtag that's actually doing quite well. It's Suncoast Selfie. So if you take one, and let's be honest, we know you will, go ahead and tag Suncoast Selfie, and you might see it on one of the news broadcasts or right here on Suncoast View. So if you've got the camera out, go ahead and tag us in there. We'd love to see your picture. Well,
You watch us, we want to watch you.
exactly. Well, it is time for our first hot topic. And what is happening with the Main Street Plaza at the end of Main Street in downtown Sarasota? Well, apparently not much, at least not yet. More than 2 years after buying the property, which includes the Hollywood 11, which of course was formerly the Hollywood 20 movie theater, the new owners still have no set plans for redevelopment. The movie theater was renovated, but many other empty storefronts remain. Vertical residential development has been mentioned, maybe even a conference center, but nothing happening yet. What would you like to see there in that space?
Shopping.
Exactly.
Now, Maria, this was before you came here, but that used to be a much more active plaza. And there was a YMCA upstairs.
Oh,
which,
I went there every day. I miss my YMCA.
yes. And
But you know, even before that, long ago, it used to be a big department store. That's what it was.
oh, really?
Moz Brothers was
Yes.
that? I've never been where
Okay.
they were, but it was a big department store. So I think that would be a good idea. I want more shopping in this town.
I just feel for that end of Main Street because, you know, you have Maid Restaurant who's they're doing a great job, and Mediterraneo is still holding their own and doing well. But it's hard for those businesses in that far block of Main Street without a big draw.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know,
I
it
can
reminds me of the Quay. That area stood empty for so long.
Yes.
And it was sort of depressing to go by there. So I think we need to make up our minds and do something.
Exactly.
I agree. Do you think the idea of, you know, they're talking about residential, you know, possibly condos, high condos, do you think that that will help?
People have got to have something to do. We keep
I
bringing
want a
them
mall.
here.
I would like to have a shopping mall right there. I'm with you.
Okay, you could have a shop, and then you could have a theater, and so
Yes.
you could run over and perform when you weren't selling clothes.
got that
Sure.
right.
I mean, there's no denying that downtown attracts people. It's just not that end of downtown. And I think it's difficult. There needs to be something, I think, that would bring people from, you know, the farther end of Main Street, 5 points, we have hustle bustle there, all the way down
And
toward
maybe
301.
something daytime, because we've got the comedy theater, we've got some good restaurants. We need something daytime that brings people down.
I don't want to blame the empty shell of the plaza, but in that same block, we have 2 large restaurants that sit empty.
Exactly.
Businesses have a hard time doing well. Eat Here was in that one space.
Yeah.
Half Shell Oyster House, and then it became World of Beer and Wing House,
House.
which I thought would bring, you know, a different energy downtown, but neither one sustains.
But even when the Y was down there and it was very active, there was still lots of vacant space. Inside that mall sort of area behind the Wings restaurant, there was
Yes.
a lot of empty storefronts.
Even Applebee's was there, which, you know, I know people have
Right.
feelings about chain, but at least that was drawing people. Nothing seems to stick, and it seems like we do need a big draw. Well, they're saying, the developers are saying they want to take time and do it right and not make any
That
rash
makes
decisions.
sense. You don't want to bring the wrong thing there and have one more place closed.
Sure.
Exactly.
All right, well, social media service Instagram, once known for being more of a streamlined photo sharing app, is extending its services, literally. Introducing IGTV, a video-focused addition to Instagram's photocentric service. Videos on Instagram used to be capped at 60 seconds. Now they've announced they're going to go up to 60 minutes. Viewers will be able to swipe through a variety of longer-form videos or swipe up to visit a Browse tab of personally recommended videos. There won't be any ads, at least not yet, but tech experts are predicting they will appear soon. What do you think about Instagram kind of exploding in this way?
Are these things that people are making themselves?
Yes.
Okay, companies spend thousands, millions of dollars to make a show that sometimes I get bored with, so I'm supposed to watch people I don't know walk down a lane like that woman was doing and be entertained for an hour?
Well, there's a comparison that they're trying to go up against YouTube with this,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
people they'll stay right in the app.
I can see that, but I particularly I think that less is more. I don't think I'll spend 60 minutes watching a video. You know, I watch the first 15 seconds. If I enjoy it, I'll continue watching it, but I don't think I'll get to 60 minutes.
Is that how your girls watch? I know your girls are still little, but is that how they watch video?
They do. They actually use YouTube Kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine do too.
Which gives you a little
Yeah,
more control.
It's a
I
little
mean,
more catered towards their age. You can set up some settings as well. But you have to be careful with what you can find in there as
sure.
well.
Yeah. Well, Chantel, you wouldn't use it because you're not giving away your talent, your show for an hour,
Or would you?
right?
Well, I think I would use it. A lot of people want to know like what happens behind the scene with like the band or with me or stuff at home. So I think I would use it
To
like
promote
that. Yeah,
your show.
exactly. So I think I like the 60 minutes actually.
I know our producer Matt was thinking that this might also be a way to kind of get kids and people to stay on the app longer.
Yeah.
But they also announced there will be a feature that if you've been on it for a long consecutive time, a pop-up will come up on your screen and say like, why don't you set down the phone and engage a little
Oh, it's
bit.
none of your business.
That is so interesting.
Linda doesn't like Big Brother in your
I do
apps.
not like somebody telling me I've been watching too long.
And I understand YouTube actually is doing that now
Yeah.
as well. It will try to interrupt your viewing, maybe in an effort to be a little bit more socially responsible.
Oh, show me something I can watch that long.
Well,
What
I will
about the
show you
other
actually.
side
I
of it?
believe we are on Instagram right now. So if you follow us,
Oh,
my
now
Suncoast
this I
View,
could watch.
there you go. We made a convert out of her.
Exactly.
She just needed her favorite show. All right, well, it is time to shop until you drop, but without ever leaving home. Amazon Prime's free fashion service called Wardrobe is now available for all Prime members. Here's how it works. You pick 3 to 8 items to have sent to you. You have 7 days to try them on, and then you send back what you don't want. You're only charged for the clothing items that you'll keep. Will you use this?
Oh, I am so on it. I couldn't find it yesterday. I spent a long time looking for it. Now, wardrobe, that's where I'm going.
Yes,
I wrote
it's
it down. Yes, I'll tell you next week what I'm wearing.
Will you use this? You're both moms.
I don't think I would. I love going out into the store and trying on clothes and having the kids to try on clothes. Because my shape is like wishy-washy. So one minute I'm this shape and next week I'll be that big. And so it'll save the headache of having to ship all that stuff back.
That's why you want to try them on.
Exactly.
I've got from 2 to 16 in my closet, so I have a wide range.
I think I'm the opposite. I love it because I do not like going shopping for clothes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have the patience, and if I go with my kids, it's even worse.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, no, I probably will give it a try.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
undressed in the dressing room and suddenly somebody disappears.
Exactly.
I take my
That's
grandchildren.
Well, and I know too, you know, your husband's been on the show before sharing his collection of
Yes,
subscription
we're
boxes.
big on subscription boxes.
So I'm not surprised that you all. I like this because I will typically buy 2 sizes on Amazon already, have them both come to the house. The one that fits, I'll wear, and then I'll send back the other.
You're so brave,
I'm just
Joey.
makes
afraid.
it easier.
I'm
You're so
afraid they're
brave.
going to drop me for too many returns. So this is a way to kind of do
I'm
it.
afraid they wouldn't give your money back.
Well, I'm also afraid I won't make it to the post office, and I'm going to end up
See.
paying for all those items that they send. So it'll make me be a little bit
Yes.
more responsible. All right, well, everyone's talking about the World Cup, and that action is certainly heating up, but it's hard to catch all the games, what with our work schedules and whatnot. Well, one English fan had his girlfriend text him a play-by-play, and her commentary went viral. Her detail was a riot, including details about the player's hair. She says there's a yellow card for the England player. The player with the yellow card looks sheepish. We're 34 minutes in, and everyone's hair is still holding up well. She goes on to say, there was a huge missed opportunity for England. A Tunisian man is on the floor. Looks like he got hit in the hair. Referee is uninterested, and the man with the injured hair is not pleased. I love this.
Oh, this sounds like a
Yes.
game I'd like to watch.
Exactly.
It's true. She's getting me a little more interested in sports that I have a hard time holding on to.
I would have never watched that game, but now it sounds like fun.
I'm with you,
It's
Linda.
so true. I think this year is so much about hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard similar comments about Brazil's team.
Yeah.
You know, from people in Brazil right now, they're all talking about like when they're halftime, they all go and look in the mirror and try to, you know, make their hair back look good. And
Television has always been like that. People will comment on an anchor's hair. They aren't even listening to what they're saying. What they're saying may be fine, but
Yeah.
the hair is what everybody talks
This
about.
is true. Yeah, you have to have some tough skin, I've learned.
Oh, a lot of hairspray.
Yes. All right, well, we're going to check in with our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, Linda's going to bring us to a place we call home.
Good afternoon, I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update. Another hot one as you would expect, and not much rain around to cool things down. It feels like 99 right now. The temperature actually at 88 degrees. Pressures have lowered a little bit due to a trough of low pressure that's moved into north portion of the state now, and that's bringing us that onshore flow even during the morning. So most of the action will be inland, and that's what we saw today. A lot of storms are firing up into Highlands County and into, again, looks like DeSoto and Hardy County. The dew point temperature's way up there at 76. You can see that increased rainfall near Gainesville and Daytona Beach. That's where that trough of low pressure lies, and that has bumped that high pressure ridge down to our south, which again favors inland storms, and you can see that just south of Wauchula, also into Highlands County and stretching southeast of Arcadia. Those storms, by the way, are moving off generally to the east. The forecast tonight doesn't call for much. We'll see a slight chance for an isolated shower. That's it. It will stay warm, and it looks like we'll see similar conditions again tomorrow. More in your forecast coming up today at 5. See you then.
Many things on the Suncoast make this a great place to call home, from our beautiful beaches to the plants, flowers, and foliage to the culture and arts that entertain us. No matter how beautiful a place is, it may soon lose some of its charm without something to challenge our minds, delight our spirits, and bind us together as a community. That's why access to culture and arts is so important. And that's why Parish Playworks is so important to the parish community. We welcome the president and artistic director of Parish Playworks, Karen Romont. Karen, after I promised, I practiced her name over and over. Romont.
Yes,
Thank you. I got it right. Romont.
Yeah.
So tell me how the Playworks was formed.
Well, Parish Playworks, and you know the word works is like iron works or whatever, because doing a play is a lot of work until you get to the fun part. You had mentioned the why and how you, earlier. Parish has an old school building, and that's where the YMCA is now, and that is the community meeting place. I was there working out with a friend, and she said, Karen, there's so much in Parish that is, people don't know the stories of the pioneer families and how people first settled here. There's such a rich history, and it's going away. Do you think we could do a play about Parish? And she happened to be talking to the right person, because my master's thesis was based on community performance and oral histories. So I said, yes, we could if we make it real. If we go and actually talk to the people, some of the families that were here, they're settled generations ago in the mid-1800s, and really get some stories about what it was like in the old days. So we did.
And you wrote this first play, right?
I did.
And it's called Rooster Tales?
It's called Red Rooster Tales.
Red Rooster Tales.
Right.
Perfect for the parish community. Now tell me what it includes.
May I tell you the story of Red Rooster Tales? Okay. We decided to call it Red Rooster Tales because there was a chicken farmer in Parish, lived down this nameless road, and there was a man in Parish, actually his name, he was one of the parishes, and he would go and buy fresh eggs from this chicken farmer. And he would always remark that he had thousands of chickens, like 2,000 chickens, but not a rooster in sight, and those chickens must feel lonely. So the chicken rancher said, you know, my chickens are fine, they don't need a rooster to stir things up. But Mr. Parish would come back and say to him, you're missing a rooster, you're missing a rooster. So he got tired of hearing that. He cut out a rooster from board, painted it barn red, and stuck it out on the road, and that became Red Rooster Road.
Oh.
So Red Rooster and Red Rooster Tales seem to be the right name to tell stories about Parish.
Well, this is good because a lot of the people who live in Parish, they're the people that have lived there for generations. Then there are so many new people moving in that know nothing about the area.
Right. We thought it was important to, because Parish is changing so very, very rapidly. There's needful new development happening, but we thought it was important that they know, the newcomers know what it was like there in the old days. Not necessarily always the good old days, but the old days. And you know, unless you know where you came from, you don't know for sure where you're going.
And if you're new in a community, you want to know your history.
Yes.
Then it's your history.
Right.
And everybody in your place, I understand, are from Parrish.
They are now from Parrish. And some of them, actually, we do have people, we have somebody, Jill Goldsmith, who actually lives on Red Rooster Road and raises chickens. But then we also have people who've come to us from New York, and they're professionally trained actors. What we love and what we think is unique about Parrish Playworks is, I hope this sounds right, we'll take almost anybody. We're continually trying to raise the bar as far as professionalism goes, and we want good lighting, good acting, good, good production values. But if you were just interested for the very first time and wondering if you can walk onto a stage, we'll give you a shot.
Of course, you don't really have a stage.
No.
I mean, you don't have a building yet, a place to call home. You move around. Tell me about what you've got coming up this fall.
I will tell you. It's actually going to be in a barn. Called,
oh, good.
Yes, and the barn is actually pristine. I don't think it doesn't have a history.
The floor was cleaned off.
Well, it's a wedding venue barn. It's called Hidden Acres. But we have a show called Southern Hospitality coming up. And I did not write that. I have written, along with other people, we have local writers who've written Christmas shows and things. I'm diverting a little bit. Prior to this, we did shows on the Florida Railroad. I mean, literally on the cars, right? But the show that we're going to be doing in the barn is called Southern Hospitality, and it is written by a team of scriptwriters from the Golden Girls.
Wow, this will be good.
Yes.
We will let you know more about where you can see this and when it's coming up. And for more information on Parrish Playworks, you can visit their website or their Facebook page. And next, Chantel tells us about Friday Fest at the Van Wezel.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
The summer sizzles at the Players Center with the opening of Crossing Delancey. City cultures collide in this charming play about a young woman searching for love and the New York dream. Opening June 14th, call 365-2494 or visit theplayers.org. Get your tickets to the perfect romantic comedy, Crossing Delancey.
Chantel and her band Jaw Movement are kicking off Friday Fest on the Bay Friday night. This is the first of 4 monthly sessions. Chantel, you guys have played Friday Fest on the Bay many times before.
Oh, yes.
What do you like about it?
I just like seeing all of the different cultures and the kids and from older adults out, and the sun setting, and everybody's just out dancing and also singing along to the music. I just love it. It's just like a day of just like freedom where we can just all relax and have a good time on the water.
Well, we certainly can. ABC7's booth is always there. We're going to be there Friday night,
Yes.
so I'll be there watching you. But I like the fact that you're sitting on the grass hill looking
Yes.
over down at the band, and boats pull up to watch, and that you can just go,
Exactly.
and relax. And it's free.
Yes, it is
So
free.
it's a great bargain. Now, the people sitting on the hill, you have to bring something to sit on, right?
Yes, so you can bring your chairs, your blankets. You can't bring coolers because there will be lots of food vendors and drink vendors out there. So just come and have a good time. Bring the whole family out. It's going to be fun.
So you guys, are you watching the audience as they're watching you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And don't let me see you up there showing out dancing because I'll pull you right on stage.
We do have a lot. It's fun watching those dancers.
Yes,
It sounds like it's the greatest that the Suncoast has to offer, all coming together. You have the view, the live music, the family event, the water. How perfect.
And you're watching them, you're looking at the bay, and you're watching sunset all at the same time, and it's free.
That's nice.
So it's a wonderful way to end the evening, to end the weekend, to start the summer.
Yes.
And there'll be 4 more concerts on 4 months coming up. So we'll tell you about those later on, but right now, please come out on Friday night and see Chantel
Yes.
and Jaw Movement and the ABC7 booth. There'll be lots of others, of course, to say hello to. And coming up next, the Suncoast Party Service wants to help you give thanks.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help. With Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Are you a Christian author with a book that you're ready to share with the world but need a publisher? Christian Faith Publishing, America's largest Christian publisher, cuts through the confusion. We'll handle all the complicated publishing issues like copyrights, barcodes, royalties, digital conversions, and more. We publish all types of books and will place your book for sale at all major booksellers like Amazon, Apple, Google, and Barnes & Noble, offering it to millions.
Call for your free author submission kit at 1-800-954-0732.
According to a new survey by U.S. News & World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
On average, an American household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt. But right now, if you qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program, your debt balances and monthly payments will be reduced while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Enroll now and there won't be any upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. To qualify for the Debt Reset program, you must have at least $10,000 or more in credit card debt, unsecured loan debt, collection debt, and/or medical bills. You must also be past due or struggling to make minimum monthly payments or considering filing for bankruptcy. If this sounds like you, avoid the serious consequences of bankruptcy and take advantage of National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program today and become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. A debt relief counselor is available to assist you 24 hours a day.
Call 800-731-6432. That's 800-731-6432.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
A little thanks can go a long way. In fact, in a work study published earlier this year, nearly 75% of human resource professionals said their offices have a new focus on improving employee appreciation. Well, that value is just as important in our personal relationships, and our next guest knows that all too well. Elena Nicholas, the owner and founder of RAIM Recognition Services, has made a living helping people say thank you. Well, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let's start. RAIM Recognition Services. What does RAIM stand for?
Recognition and Appreciation Made Easy.
Ooh,
that's a great idea.
We all know I think we understand the importance of receiving it, but we sometimes, I know, forget to give it back. What made you start this business? Where did the idea come from?
Well, briefly, the idea came from my husband. I kept asking him, let's do something special for my birthday this year and Valentine's Day. And he was like, okay, I got it. Comes around and it's dinner and a movie, which is great. No problem with dinner and movie. But I said, I'm just going to plan this thing where guys can just pick up the phone or somebody could just say, hey, can you take care of this for me? And then the idea of RAIM was born.
I love it. Necessity created. You have a great phrase I saw on your website that is, you mentioned a culture of appreciation. What does that actually look like? What does that mean to you?
So that looks like there was a time when companies used to be really involved in personal relationships with their workers and how they did things at work. And working for companies, I think that has gone away a little bit. So, it's nice to recognize birthdays and anniversaries on a corporate level as well as a personal level. And so I just wanted to build a culture of appreciation between employees and employers so that we can get back to appreciating one another in the workplace.
And it is important. I think we all remember a time where someone either that we worked with or worked for came over and said thank you, and it stays with you.
It does. It makes a big difference in how you approach your job and how you come to work. If you know that people appreciate your work, you give more, you do more, and it's really a good thing for businesses to look into.
They're the ones that get the benefits in the long run, because if they say you're doing a great job, you try harder.
Yeah, we have another slogan that says employee recognition is the best business strategy of all. They bring value to the company, they bring value to your services and/or products, and it goes a long way.
I love it. So you do it on a corporate level. They can call you, and you can set it up for a corporate business. But you also do other occasions, sometimes personal. What other occasions do you do?
So we have this thing called RAIM's Mobile Date Rendezvous, and we do dinner for couples. We can do it on the beach, in your backyard, at home. At the workplace, just for people that don't have time, that want to do all types of things. We have different packages from. This here is like a package of California vineyards. It's called our California Vineyard Cheeser. And what we do is we take things from California and they have a romantic dinner and wine and cheese, and we provide the services in whatever location they like to have that at. We come out, we set it up, we clean up. We also have a private chef that can fix the meal. And
I like all this. The cleanup and the chef.
Right.
And I know, we all want to support local, and you being a local businesswoman, but you also work with a number of local vendors.
I do. It was really important for me to use other businesses in the community that are trying to come up as well. We can go to bigger corporations, but like this company we have here, the Cypress Grove, which is a Gouda cheese from California, and we work with Artisan Cheese Company, and they're awesome.
That's great. So I know that a lot of times, busy working parents have a hard time, like you say, coming up with ideas and then maybe even finding childcare. You can help with that as well?
Yes, so if you choose to do things like in the backyard, we have several nannies that can come and, sit with the children while you and your spouse enjoy dinner. And also our chef also does private meals for the kids. So dinner's taken care of for the kids, and you also have your dinner with your spouse.
This is a great idea. Yes. I know you also set up dates, and you set up a beautiful date over at our curtained wall. But I understand that you did not do this alone. You actually got some inspiration. So let's bring out a friendly, familiar face, possibly more familiar to one of our guest hosts, Mr. Will Luera, who we know, of course, from our show, and also, come on up, Will.
Okay, thank you.
Maria, have you met this gentleman before?
I have.
So,
a decade ago.
So if you don't recognize the last name, Will and Maria are married. And Elena, you and Will worked together. Will, what were some of the things you told Elena that Maria loves?
Well, I know that she likes red wine. I know that she loves sushi, salmon sushi specifically. And I know she's fond of orchids as well.
Oh, you're a good husband to know all those things.
Right.
So Elena, this is this something a husband or a spouse could do? They can call you and give a list of their favorite things?
Absolutely. You can call us and you can give us some things and we will include them. Like we were able to include an orchid. She has sushi over there and he brought the wine. We can take care of the whole arrangement for you. Just call and say what you need and we'll execute it for you.
Maria, let's let you join your date for the evening. We'll let you enjoy yourselves over at the wall with the date.
Sounds perfect.
Enjoy.
You know, I'm not much of a matchmaker, but I think this one's going to work out. This was all Elena's help. And as Linda did ask before we started this, when we were on a break, she needs to bring them in.
Dates?
We haven't gotten there yet, but that's the thought. That's the thought.
I don't have a man, and I love that setup. So.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Well, you can find more information about all of the great services that Elena offers right here on the Suncoast. Visit her website, ramerecognition.net. Thank you so much, Elena, for being here and arranging this surprise. Will and Maria are going to enjoy their surprise date. We're going to check on them when we come back.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5. This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke can be very dangerous. What signs to look for while you're enjoying all the Suncoast has to offer this summer. Plus, why a program that helps female prison inmates begin the transition back into the community is now coming to an end. Let's get a check now again on our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Thanks, Scott. And speaking of heat, it is hot. 100 degrees. That's what it feels like right now. It has all week long, too, and that's not going to stop on Friday, as we are anticipating temperatures to soar into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And with that high dew point temperature, will make it feel like about 100 to 105 in the afternoon. Some storms to the north of us cooling things down in Orlando, Daytona Beach, even into Gainesville, but not much cooling action here going on. Most of the storms are inland. There's one or two lone showers sitting there just offshore Venice. We'll have more in our forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Did you know that Americans spend 95% of our time indoors, and nearly half of that time is related to work? Well, a new initiative is looking to encourage Americans to spend more time outdoors during the workday and introduce the first of its kind outdoor collaborative workspace. Here to explain the benefits of spending time outdoors, both professionally and personally, is internationally renowned workplace strategy expert and author Lee Stringer. Hello, Lee.
Hi there.
This is a great initiative. We are really excited to hear about it. Tell us, how does spending time outdoors benefit the person, whether it's in their professional life or in their personal?
Well, you know, we as humans have this preference to be in and among nature. There's a buzzword going around these days called biophilia, and it's exactly that. It means our preference to be with around birds, around park settings, around water features, things that are really natural. It not only makes us happier and healthier, but it improves our memory. It makes us less stressed. It makes us more creative. It makes us more productive in general.
Well, speaking of creative, I can't help but see what is behind you, which looks amazing. Explain what that is. Is that your outdoor co-working space?
It is. I'm thrilled to be here in Madison Square Park. As you can see behind me, LL Bean, in partnership with Industrious, have created an incredible set of settings, workplaces, outdoors. You mentioned it's the first time it's a co-working facility, so you can reserve space here. Basically, you can see different work settings, individual spaces, team settings. We actually have a little desk here that has a bike pedals on it, or a meeting table, so you can meet with people and bike at the same time. Really just showing that there are lots of different ways. There's not a one-size-fits-all to ways that you can work and do effectively in an outdoor environment. We're here in New York today, but we'll actually be moving this outdoor co-working work site to many places around the country in July. And you can go online and find a lot more about it, and also learn about tricks and tips on ways to be effective with your team outdoors when you go to beanoutsideratwork.com.
What great inspiration. Now, for those of us that are here on the Suncoast, what is a simple tip that we can use to bring the benefits of outdoors into our own workday?
Well, there's so many tips which you can find out online. An easy one for me that I do all the time is throw in a set of earbuds, take your cell phone, and take conference calls walking and talking outside. But you can also, meet with your team. Creative activities like brainstorming. A blue sky brainstorming session is fantastic to do outdoors. It's really a setting that's conducive to coming up with good ideas, so leverage that. Other things you can do, little tips, is to get outside in the morning hours, because if you do, it actually, exposure to the sun actually improves your sleep cycle. So if you can make it work at your workday, choose a morning hour to get outdoors and enjoy the sunshine.
Lee, that is a great tip, especially for us right here on the beautiful Suncoast, starting our morning with that creativity. And as you mentioned, we can find out more information at beanoutsideratwork.com. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
You know, I love this idea because as someone who has worked in on different creative teams, so much of it used to happen around a boardroom table, inside, and it was almost stifling. So to get outside, we have the beautiful John Ringling Bridge that people can walk in the morning before it gets too warm. We have the beach. There's nothing that says that work always needs to happen inside the building.
Well, I need to work maybe more inside when I'm doing that kind of work, but I need to get outside. And we have a nature trail near me, and walk on the nature trail, and that way I can think better. It gives me new ideas.
Yes, it happens to me a lot where I'll be sitting at the desk struggling with something, and the minute that I get in my car and drive away, the idea comes to me, whatever I've been working on. So I know that, Chantal, you're in a creative industry, and sometimes we need to embrace some of the beautiful things that are around us.
Exactly. As I mentioned earlier, I do love to shop. So when I'm at work and if I just go outside and like take a walk downtown and window shop, that's perfect for me. And then I can go back in and I'm more energized and like ready. All right, let's do it.
Yes. Well, this is a great initiative, and I'm glad to see that LL Bean and their whole organization is leading this. So if you would like more information, how you can apply some of these tips to your own work, you can go to beanoutsideratwork.com. All right, when we come back, we are going to check in on Will and Maria and their surprise date.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Florida Studio Theater presents Always Patsy Cline, extended due to popular demand. A tuneful tribute, the story of Patsy's rise to stardom is told by her biggest fan. Featuring such hit songs as Walkin' After Midnight, I Fall to Pieces, Crazy, and many more you know and love. Critics are calling Always Patsy Cline a genuine hit. Audiences are calling it outstanding. Always Patsy Cline is now playing. Tickets can be purchased at 941-366-9000 or floridastudiotheater.org.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Oh, what could be more romantic than an entire television studio watching you on your surprise date? If you missed it, we came over to check in on Will and Maria. Elena Nicholas of RAIM, Employee Recognition Services, surprised Maria with a date.
Were we in your dream when you dreamed this came up?
I dreamt of this multiple times. Thank you very much.
But Elena, this is nice because usually with a couple, I know one person typically has to keep an eye on, is the food ready? Did the kids call? So you help kind of let both partners be passengers on the date.
Yep, we do it all. No worries, no stress.
Perfect.
Just fun and romantic.
This can happen at home?
It can happen at home. It can happen on the beach, on the ranch.
In the studios of ABC.
In the studios of ABC.
It's a versatile service. And I know it's nice, too, you can also help recreate a first date, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful option. It gets you out of that kind of dinner and a movie rut that sometimes we all get into. Well, thank you for bringing your great service. That is, of course, RAIMrecognition.net. And we also want to say a big thank you to our friends at Tsunami Sushi for bringing Maria's favorite salmon rolls.
Is it good?
It's delicious.
Oh, good.
All right, well, we're going to let you two crazy kids continue to have some fun. Don't mind us, but save a little bit of room because we are going to be heading into the kitchen to see Deepa at the Indian table. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong. A place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Today, a push for student safety and gun reform. Sarasota students describe the fear they experience in the classroom following the Parkland shooting. Taking a quick look at First Alert traffic right now, the east and westbound lanes of US 301 in Palmetto are slow going near the US 41 intersection. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Right now we have this west flow that's bringing all the storms to the east coast right now. It's cooling down in Daytona Beach and also in Orlando with some cloud cover there. The rain's starting to wind down. For us, just a few isolated showers off into the Gulf of Mexico right now, just to the west of Venice. This is drifting to the southeast. Some heavier weather in Hardy and DeSoto as well as into Highlands County. That rough storm now moving off to the east near Lake Placid and also southeast of Arcadia. More in your weather forecast coming up today at 5. See you then.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
Thank you.
You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Coming up Friday at 4 on Suncoast View. Grab your gardening tools. The start of Suncoast summer is here. We join a master gardener class to learn the secrets of caring for our delicate Suncoast plants. Then Urbanite Theater brings the latest in their cutting-edge plays. We'll preview their hit show Incognito. Plus, Dad gets a makeover after Father's Day. The whole month today goes to Dad. And Gold Rush Barbecue joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Deepa from Indian Table. What are we making?
Hi, so we're making a fresh green mango chutney today with poppadoms. Mangoes are in season right now, so I thought what better way than to demonstrate how to make this quick chutney. Now, the recipe is online, and if you look at the recipe, you see there's a use of quite a few spices, which we don't have to use, but I have them, so I'm going to use them anyway. Okay.
Oh, great.
So I'm going to heat some oil, canola oil, and by adding the spices to the hot oil, what it does, it just flavors the oil, which will then lend its flavor to whatever dish we're cooking in it.
Oh,
So I'm going to add 1 cinnamon stick there.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I'm going to add, for a bit of spice, these dried chilies are great because they just infuse the oil with a little bit of a kick, but not too much. But they are potent, so make sure you tell your guests that it may be in there.
I think I made that
Unless you want
mistake.
to
I made that mistake last time.
Oh, did you? Okay,
I
yeah.
did a few
let's
too
not do
many.
that. And I put a couple of cloves in there. If you want, you can stir those in. And then I'm going to add some fenugreek seeds.
What are these?
These are fenugreek seeds. This is what's going to give you the Indian curry flavor that a lot of people can't seem to identify. But be careful, they pop. And then some and they're supposed to pop to release their flavors. And then we're going to add the green mango there.
Oh, that's the mango.
Yeah, that's green grated mango.
Wow.
And it's unripe. So the reason why we're using this one is it gives a bit of texture and a bit of sourness to the chutney. And you see how that cinnamon stick has opened up there? So that's going to release the flavor. It's going to be really, really good.
Deepa, can I ask a silly question?
No silly
Is
question.
green mango separate from regular mango, or is this just mango that has not
this is what the
turned
green
yellow?
mango, looks like. It's firm.
Okay.
So we want to use that. If you can't get hold of it, a ripe one is fine, but just adjust your sugar accordingly, because we're going to add some sugar to this now.
Okay.
Now this chutney is delicious. It can be served with fish, chips, whatever you like. So some turmeric to give it a bit of colour, and a touch of salt. And
it already smells delicious.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, and you see how simple it is. And sometimes I will also change out the fruit. So I will use apples when it's fall, and it makes delicious chutney there. It's very fresh, very healthy. And again, if you don't have all the spices, don't worry too much about that. So that would pretty much cook for, say, 10 to 15 minutes until it turns jammy, but you still have a bit of texture left of the chutney. And then ultimately, it will end up like this. It's one that I made earlier. Can you see how it's kind of reduced down? And that can be stored in a jar for a couple of weeks, even in your refrigerator, if it lasts that long.
Do you serve it cold or hot?
Cold, yeah. You can serve it cold, it's great. And you can leave out the spice and the heat if you want to. So the next thing I'm going to demonstrate is how to make poppadoms. Poppadoms are these crispy lentil wafers that many of you may be familiar with at your local Indian restaurants. But I wanted to show you how easy it is to actually make these at home. So they pretty much start off like this when you buy them. They're actually made out of lentil flour and infused, well, in this case, infused with some cumin seeds there. And they're rolled out very thin and then sun-dried for up to a week, and they come from India.
Wow.
And there are women who've made fantastic businesses out of doing this, so I really like to support them.
Yes.
So I'll show you how easy it is. So these come in packets, and then you just heat some oil up, and then you put them in the hot oil, like so, and they bubble up.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to fold them over, and these are not spicy at all. I'm going to fold them over into a quarter like that.
Looks like they don't take long at all.
Not at all. Now, there's various ways of cooking this. I've used hot oil, but you can also use a toaster oven, microwave, or if you have hot flame, you can even use a hot flame. So basically, there's your poppadom.
Oh,
and mango
so
chutney.
easy.
Yeah. So I'm all about trying to simplify Indian food for you, so you can see how easy it is. And that's basically your dish today.
That's
Lovely.
phenomenal.
Oh my goodness.
Don't be afraid to dig in. Now I do want to
I'm not afraid.
Deepa, you have very, very popular cooking classes that you do, and it's on your website, of course, at the Indian Table. I have made the mistake in the past of waiting too long, and they sell out quickly.
They
so
do,
what types of classes do you have coming up?
So this summer I was doing a culinary trip to India. So we're going to different parts of India and exploring the regional variations in the foods that are cooked and created there. They got sold out pretty quick, so I've introduced a basics of Indian cuisine in August, and I have about 3 seats available for that. And they're smaller classes, so you get more of a one-on-one class, and then you also get a hands-on experience of mixing the spices, rolling, and at the end we all eat together, and you get to eat whatever you've made that night. So it's always a lot of fun.
Oh, wonderful. We also know that you have released your own custom blend of spices.
I have the garam masala,
yes, which we can find where, how to purchase that by going to Deepa's website, The Indian Table.
Yes, and also at the farmer's market. I'm there once a month. So.
Wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Well, delicious food. It smells delicious. Maria, we did steal you away from your surprise date from your husband, Will, who is waiting across the studio.
I'll join him. We'll have the Indian food next.
Yes. We're going to let you join Will. We also want to remind you that Friday Fest kicks off this weekend at the Van Wezel. This is a free event this Friday, and the music headliner is our very own Chantel Norman, and jaw movement.
And
so,
it's 5 to 9.
Yes, 5 to 9, and say hello to the ABC table.
Yeah,
Linda will be there.
So come by and say hello.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we are going to enjoy some more great Indian food. And I want to take another look at your spice wheel.
Absolutely. I know you love the
almost
spice
my favorite.
wheels. There you go.
Wonderful. So, and this, we can fill this with local spices.
Absolutely. Or you can even fill it with like other ingredients too. I mean, don't limit yourself to just spices, but I mean, it's perfect for that.
So good.
Good.
Right, we're gonna
Not too
dig
spicy,
in.
right?
No.
Take some time,
Excellent.
enjoy the Suncoast view, and for our surprise romantic couple, Will and Maria, we hope that they are enjoying their date courtesy of ramerecognition.net. All right, take some time, enjoy the Suncoast view.
You like that?